every cross, every goal, every dunk, every pit stop, every loss, every victory.
Can't wait to sleep one out too. For the one I live in studio.
Welcome inside the locker room.
Good morning, Lagos, and you're tuned in to Smooth Breakfast with Valentine.
And Folu.
Welcome inside the locker room. It's 15 minutes. Actually, no, it's from now till just about 9 o'clock. Talking sports with Tega in the studio. Good morning, Tega Onojaife. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Are you sure? Yeah, cold day. It's okay. You'll be all right. We believe in you.
Ultimate.
We'll sort you out. We'll sort you out. Lagos once more, and do remember to join in the conversation for today's sports stories. Now you can do that by simply sending us a message to our WhatsApp number, which is 0809 4440981, or you can tweet at us. Use the hashtag lockerroom981. These are simple and effective ways to get across to us. Last but not least, we're also streaming on YouTube, where you'll watch very interesting exchange going on in the studio right now. So go to youtube.com/smooth981FM Lagos. I will not give away what goes on in the studio unless you go watch it for yourself. But let's get back into the sports story, shall we?
Yes.
There are 42. Africa reiterated that they are taking the 2018 championships very seriously, as they are plotting to emerge as the overall champion in the 5-day event. In fact, Mutai said, "For your information, the world champion Julius Yego is coming with us to Asaba. Kenya is taking this championship very seriously. In South Africa 2 years ago, we were number 2, but this time we want to be number 1 position, and we hope our dreams will come true."
Can you imagine threatening us in our land
I'm telling you.
because they came to register? And
Yeah,
we
what
deal
you-
we deal with all of
warning
them.
shots have been fired.
I mean,
But these are credible.
yes,
You know,
these
it's a credible
are-
position for
it-
Kenya to
it
take.
is, and South Africa. South Africa didn't speak. We didn't get any top official to give us a comment or
Sound
something
bites.
yesterday.
Quote Bay victory. That's it.
So I mean, it's really impressive, the turnout that came yesterday. There was the people from Ethiopia, but athletes are ready to compete. Or like in Nigeria, where the technical is going to handpick athletes because they want him out. So the problem is, I think more other countries are more prepared for these championships than we are, and we are hosts. We should be the ones to win. And I know that with little preparation on a normal day, we do perform, but we shouldn't make it, well, we've made it a habit, and it seems like it's going to continue here. The Delta State government has done a lot to prepare the stadium, to prepare facilities for that championship. So we're waiting for the athletes to bring their performance, but Sunday Adelaide will not allow us to be great. We cannot step aside for 2 minutes, let the athletes come. I mean, for you to cancel a whole trial session just because they were protesting against you, and now you're going to handpick athletes, it's the most ridiculous thing I've heard in any civilized country. Yes, Nigeria is civilized. So at the end of the day, I hope we'll be able to come up with something. I know our athletes, if you give them an opportunity, they want to show what they can do and try to excel. But like I said, the AFN needs to clean up house. And if the athletes say that there's one technical director that's messing up stuff, they need to look into that.
We need to pay attention. All right, in the next story, going into tennis now. Serena Williams survived a scare to reach the Wimbledon semi-final with a comeback victory over hard-hitting Italian Camila Giorgi. The 23-time Grand Slam champion dropped her first set of the championships, but came through 3-6, 6-3, 6-4. "I feel good. I feel like I did better today. I had to," she said. "This is only my 4th tournament back, so I do not feel pressure. I do not feel I have to win this. I still have a long way to go to be where I was."
Really, Serena?
Yes.
You don't feel you have to win this? Why didn't you just lose yesterday? Because, I mean, the way Camila Giorgi came out in the first set with all power, but it was obviously something she couldn't sustain for long. And I think that Serena, I mean, in the press conference prior to the match, they spoke to Serena about Camila Giorgi, and she talked about how Camila Giorgi has powerful strokes and how she serves well. So they watched the young lady. Then they asked the young lady, who's never won anything in her tennis life, what do you think about the way Serena plays and how are you going to face her? I said, oh, I don't watch women's tennis, so I don't know how Serena plays.
Hey.
The nerve of you. No wonder you're world number 52. I was so happy that they beat her yesterday. Because that kind of arrogance from somebody that has not achieved anything. Little woman.
That was quite a thoughtless comment. I mean, was she not aware of the platform she was speaking on, or was it? Or do you think it was actually deliberate?
No. It was. How can she not be aware? That she said in the Wimbledon quarterfinals. How can she not be aware of the punches? It's the first. It's her first time ever there. How can she not be? But I've heard from other journalists who covered the tournament that her father is equally cocky.
And dismissive of other people.
And disrespectful. That's what it is. Because this woman has won 23 Grand Slam titles. The least you can do is watch one video. Let's assume that you don't know her.
I don't believe that.
The least you can do is watch one video and say, oh, so they're talking to you about Serena. You can't be disrespectful.
Yeah.
You can't be. You can't
That's
get
just rude, girl.
That's just rude. And then she gets on court, wins the first set, and at second set she came out very flighty. Like I'm ready. Serena there was one look Serena gave her when she was serving and in the first game of first set. Just looked at her like,
I'm gonna eat you for first, girl.
You have crossed the line.
There's a different word I wanted to use, but we're morning radio.
I'm telling you, from then on out, it was like Camila Giorgi just thought that her ancestral spirits are started chasing her because Serena didn't give her anything. But congratulations to Serena. She's back, she's fighting, and as it is, she's favorite to win again.
All right, let's keep that in mind now. Come on, Serena. All of Nigeria, we're here for you. This is why you're an official support club. Okay, speaking of whether Serena, you got to mention Roger Federer. They just go hand in hand because she says she'll stop when he stops, right?
Yeah.
So Roger Federer says that he won't be thinking about setting a new Wimbledon record when he takes on Kevin Anderson in the quarterfinals on Wednesday. He says, I feel like these streaks just happen. You can't plan for them anyway because 1 point can change the outcome of a set. Of course, if you give yourself maximum chances, you're playing well, you have super focus, then these streaks are kind of possible. I don't think it's something anybody aims for to win every match in straight sets. It's like today. I hope to get off to a good start and go from there. See humility. You see, these people you have to learn from.
The judges, I've not seen Serena play, really. But for Roger Federer today, it's important that he goes on, for him as his career and on this particular surface, at least get to the semifinals and see how he can take it from there. And I like the way he's approaching it game by game. Like he wasn't even counting that he was defeating people in straight sets until he was reminded.
It's like, oh, okay.
That guy won 32 consecutive.
Bam.
He's like, oh, I have. And then he goes on from there. But it's important for him. It's important to win as many sets because, like he said, if you slip up in 1 point, it can just go downhill from there. So he faces a Kevin Anderson, who is a big server and does try to cover the court very well, but also has his own flaws. So let's see how he stands up against Roger Federer. But those big serves and ground strokes can give Roger Federer something to worry about. But another big matchup that is I can't wait to watch is Del Potro against Rafa Nadal. And they're both good baseline players, but the beauty about Rafa Nadal is his speed across the court. So I think maybe that will be what gives him an edge over Del Potro. But either way, it's just going to make it a fantastic tie when they meet.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Very interesting stuff. I do remember to send messages to us on 0809 444 0981. That is our WhatsApp number. Daniel from Ikotu says, listen, Federer to win, Nadal needs to go home. Go home, Nadal. Go home.
Go home.
Indeed. Let's see if we can take some more messages. Also use the hashtag lockerroom981 up on Twitter. Kenny Etuge is already jumping ahead the gun. He wants to talk about Belgium, which we will do right after this break. He says Belgium lost because they took on Reed's instructions seriously. Wow, really, Kenny.
When they were taking his instructions to they got to the quarterfinals. I'm sorry, the semi-finals. It wasn't because
it did not matter.
Indeed. Anyways, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll take more of your messages, and of course, there are more sports stories right here inside the locker room on Smooth Breakfast with Valentine
and Folu.
Hi, my name is Adesua Tomi, and you're listening to the Smooth
go
Breakfast.
this way.
Yeah, the problem is with the height. Let me just say, the problem is with the height of ours. It doesn't matter even if you move there. Okay, well that's okay actually. That's just fine. There you go. But you still, because when you talk, you're still gonna angle this way. It's literally unless you move all the way there.
Like away from people.
No,
That's weird.
I'll go out of the camera.
Yeah, there you're just at the edge of the camera, but they can see your face from there. Yeah.
What are they using my face?
Because the problem is Val is tall, so once his mic goes up, it obscures anybody's face. That's just how it is.
Under my hood. There's nothing I can do.
I know.
What is that dream of yours? A vacation for the education of business, perhaps. Get started with Nescafe. Stand a chance to win 1 million naira.
You know what I want for breakfast?
Nescafe 3-in-1 pouch.
I don't know.
It's an easy
Look, take me to that place now.
I already went there yesterday and spent money. I can't go back. Because
No,
I have a lot
no,
of
no.
errands
I'm
to
not
do.
saying you should just drop it.
Just drop
there.
it there.
That's the card you find within the pouch,
Nice.
and you can be a winner.
How much is breakfast now?
Depends on what you
Get
eat.
started
The
with
same breakfast
Nescafe.
behind.
It's like 3K something.
Can you imagine? I've been eating for
Oh my god, I think my husband is
Yeah.
having an
I
affair.
think it's 3K something. The 4K something is like
See
chicken and
someone
waffles,
called
but that
Paige
chicken is
from his office.
massive. My friend had it yesterday. I was so
Paige
confused.
Financial?
It's at they're called La Brioche. It's a little breakfast spot.
Oh, it's La Brioche?
Yeah.
I call it the name of a place that has money. I've never seen the name of the place.
It's called La Brioche.
I beg, I'm going there today. Let me go and eat my own naira. I
No,
walked, you understand? If
Yeah.
I stand for the rest of the month, I'm not able to do today.
You know, that's how I feel about good food every time I eat it. I'm like, well, maybe pricey, but
Take me there, don't drop me
Thanks.
there.
Well, you men still need
Who
to be
picked me up?
monitored.
I don't know. It's not me. I have errands to run. I have many errands to run, so it's not me. It's just Musa Yaradu. It's literally around the corner. Actually, okay, you don't know your way there. And I said you should take Val there so you can see where it is.
I think I should. Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, I'll explain. You know where people. Turn on Studio Master, you're going to Niagara Plaza. It's the first road on your left. Once you go down that, just be looking on your left. There's a small, it's a very small building. It looks almost like an empty car park thing, but there's a small building there. That's
Before
where
you get to that part.
before you get to church.
Oh.
Just before church is on the left. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you'll see it.
So tell me, why wouldn't
Yeah,
want
bring
to
it
be
back.
That's right. Get H2O.
Because you would, he will still eat there. I don't know how you people are doing all this demo.
Water is gonna be jealous. H2O is from the makers of 7-Up.
Alright.
Want to find my team.
Excellent, intelligent,
Back
great
in. Okay, so you have the next story back.
Everybody who knows me knows that I'm very particular about the things that I love.
Belgium.
I love music, I love life, of course, I love my radio.
Studio, Mike Sarab.
It keeps me safe.
We are your love music, love life station, Smooth 98.1. But right now, we are still talking sports inside of the locker room. It's with Valentine
And Folu?
and Tega Onojaife, who's also known on social media as Tega Supreme.
Mhm.
We have more sports stories for you, and as we
They were giving you respect.
Mm.
Guy, they were planning to go to the finals anyhow, which way. And you were not planning. You were waiting for your people to score. And well, that's just basically matters. Or primarily attacking. So his attack would always be a lot more fluent than his defense would be. And then when you come to a game like this, very slim margins, that's where he would struggle. Which is what happened in this situation. I would say that match ending 1-0 gave them a lot more credit than they deserve. Again, it came down to what happened to them against Brazil. Their defense is quite porous. Brazil cut through their, and then there were those two chances. Then there was Mbappe just showboating. I don't know. He's been hanging out with Neymar a little bit too much. He needs
So
to.
you got the influence.
Yeah, he needs to cut that out. But ultimately, if you ask me before the game even started, I said if Brazil beat Belgium, then that's when France will have a tough match. But if Brazil lost to Belgium, then France was definitely going to win. They just have more character, more balance. and more effectiveness. I
Mm.
wouldn't say it's the most pretty. In fact, no team in this World Cup has impressed me. None. And I think, and I know a lot of people say, oh, there's been some great surprises.
Mm.
There's been,
Yeah, I think there's been great, interesting football surprises, right? But maybe not necessarily an outstanding team. Is that what you're saying?
I won't say there are surprises. I'll say there've been great upsets, but I wasn't
Yes.
surprised with the upsets.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so I mean, I'd seen Germany play, and I didn't think they were impressive enough. I've seen Spain play, and I thought they were a bit too predictable, and they'll
Okay.
be easy to manage. I think the only time I was surprised was when Brazil lost. Like I said, they did create chances, but they didn't score them, and it was the way they considered goals, which is something that they didn't necessarily do. So the only surprise for me so far at the World Cup has been that Brazil and Belgium. Everything else has been expected. So when people talk about, oh, it's such been a fantastic World Cup, no, football died and it's being cremated in Russia.
Don't
That's what's
say
happening
that,
here. But I expect France to be a good one today. Let's see how today turns out. But yesterday's match, it was for me, the result was expected. Oh, sorry, the win was expected.
Mm.
Maybe with more goals. I thought France would score more.
I really love the moments where the France, actually the substitutes ran to the pitch, ran on after the win, after the game, and started celebrating with the players. It was very touching to see.
All right, we've got lots of messages coming through, so let's go through the messages right now. This one is up on WhatsApp. Maiwa Shadari says, I'm glad that Serena taught that disrespectful little girl a lesson.
Yes.
Belgium's key players decided to have an off day in the biggest game of their lives. Viva la France. I hope Croatia save us from England. World to world wars and one
Two
World
World
Cup.
Wars and World Cup. England.
Wow, no, I don't know that song. Football is coming
England all
home.
the way.
There you go. That one is sad.
No, there's something is coming home. We don't know if it's football.
Please,
It is coming
respect
home.
my country people. I don't like how you're behaving.
Please.
Don't be a hater.
Please.
We've got more still. Tyler from Yaba sends in this one saying Camila had to be reminded by Serena. Como age, Mimi. Hey. He says, I don't know why Nigerians are complaining about France versus Belgium game. Is it until the whole African representatives lose out from winning the World Cup that we will calm down? It was a fair game, though, he says. Interesting. While this is in from Daniel, says the only players from Belgium yesterday on the pitch were Hazard and Courtois. The rest are passengers. And in from CJ from Igondo, he says, firstly, Belgium blew their chance of taking the cup home. As for England versus Croatia, Southgate might end up just with his waistcoat. What?
You know, he always wears waistcoat.
Taking just his waistcoat with him. I believe so much in Croatia. Okay, guys. Okay, calm down. Let's go back. We've got more stories to get through. So up next, Didier Deschamps issued a warning that France will continue to climb mountains after reaching the World Cup final. Deschamps said, my players' progress is huge. The players today are going to be even stronger in 2 years' time and in 4 years' time. But today, they're already competitive. We do everything right, but of course there is a progression, and I'm very proud of them. I'm very proud of their mentality as well, because I know it is not just that you are playing at a high level that you are going to score goals, but with our state of mind, we can
and that's what I'm saying about the French. They haven't done everything well. And he's right about that. I like the fact that he said team has reached it. They haven't done many things well. Yeah. But they've won and some finals. That in and of itself is it's impressive. Yes. And he's right. In 2 years' time, when that team blends and hopefully Mbappe doesn't learn any more bad behavior from Neymar, then we'd see a French team that can go on to maybe but it's a team that you look at it and say this team is not yet fluent, but it's growing. Okay. Do you understand? So they are there, they're pushing it. There's still some creativity lacking in midfield, and that's and I think it's because somebody wants Pogba to be creative or either defensive. I don't think he's the person they're looking for. I think they're looking for more like a Dimitri Payet. Picked up that injury and couldn't make it to the World Cup. So they're looking for that creative player. And if they get him, then this team is finished. Now it's complete.
So are we really looking at a French win here for the World Cup?
I think they can do it because they are effective enough, and they know how to defend. They dig deep, so they play the team in front of them. That's what it is. So they look at the team in front of them and they play you. And I think that yes, if they do well, they can win the World Cup. At the end of the day, whether it is Croatia or it is England, they still have a way to beat those two teams. They still have the people to beat those two teams. Griezmann has not yet even hit scoring form yet. So I think they can win it. hopefully they do, because I mean, going to two finals in two major tournaments back to back and not winning any.
Yeah.
Begin to
I mean, I just need to know because I'm trying to hedge my bets, right? So
Why?
because I could be in England or I could be in Paris.
Next,
so that I can't win.
the portfolio now.
I'm sorry, quick question. Macron came to visit us in Lagos. Who else came? Nobody.
And then
went to Russia to go biting his little nails.
Did we invite him? We didn't invite him. He came by himself, please.
He came by himself and then was biting his nails in Russia. Why was he biting his nails?
Can we go to Croatia?
I just want to know what.
Nobody should be surprised at his side reaching the semi-finals of the World Cup. The second time in their history. In his words, Croatia has great players at great clubs around Europe. Dalic. It is true we have not made good results at major tournaments for decades, but we should not be surprised. Croatia are in the last four of the World Cup given the quality of the players, which has been proven. This is a result of hard work and of the quality of players who play at the likes of Real Madrid, Barcelona, Inter Milan. They have just...
After group stages, they kind of hit a dink because they haven't been as fluent and as impressive as they were in the group stages. But he's right about that. Why are you surprised? They have the team. Maybe they don't yet have the performance. Well, they have the performance. Maybe they don't have the fluidity to match the names. But you look at that team and they have big Barcelona, Rakitic. He mentioned Modric from Real Madrid. He has the thing about him. There's Mandzukic. The thing about him is that he has effective players in every position. Okay. He does. Maybe that's it. Maybe Lovren is not the best player.
Yeah.
But he does have he does have players in every department. From Subasic, hopefully Subasic will be fit. Hopefully that was not a muscle I just said muscle.
Yeah, you did.
A muscle injury.
It caught you like this, but it's okay.
Hopefully he didn't pick up. That was not a muscle injury that he picked up.
Yeah.
And he'll be ready for this one, because if they take him out, then there's a problem. But the team that they have, if you ask me, are enough to frustrate England. I don't know if to beat England might be extra, but they can frustrate England.
Okay.
And that's how it is. Let's see how it goes.
I'll be talking about England a little bit more after the break. Tega, see what you started. Waji sends in the hashtag the Folu. And here we did, because I have a black man blood in me. Keep listening. It's still the locker room on Smooth Breakfast with Valentine
And Folu.
and Tega Onojaife.
So we're deporting Folu to a country. And the British will be like,
see, I just want to know if I'm going to be sitting in London, if I just Eurostar to Paris. That because it's where the turn up is going to be like, hey, walk off.
that might be bad if French goes to two finals back to back
And they don't win. That'll be tough.
It'll be bad.
I just need to know where the party at, girl.
Meanwhile, Hore was like, yeah.
So that, because you're caught between two.
Of course now. I better know you're shouting Soto.
Respect.
You're shouting Soto vote,
like,
just less.
After the game, he'll be like,
yes.
And then come out.
Because think about it.
very bad day. We did all
If the Metropolitan Police are putting out warning about fans' misbehavior in the streets of London after they
That
win.
is serious.
No,
reading that last
English
story
hooligans
next.
are
Yeah,
bad.
we're reading that last
English
story next. We can use that and talk about it.
about how they're going to face this thing.
I can book a fixed deposit instantly on my Keystone.
We can't do that.
I can easily connect and speak with my relationship officer.
Okay, there's a device that Mrs. Chan
No, it's not. He's talking about our thing.
So there's a device that he's installing that can send that but in the meantime,
For our YouTube stream. Okay, so we can't do it at the moment. That's not how YouTube Live works. Unless.
Download the Keystone mobile app on iOS and Android today. Keystone Bank, we grow together.
We don't want to turn off the audio now. What would be hearing what you're saying?
there's something Mrs. Chan is working on, like a module. Yeah,
It's quite simple. H2O is a
So we don't hear. No one's going to watch it now. Is it off the pitch you want to hear now?
Yeah, gossip.
What? One gossip.
burst of citrus goodness.
But it's true, we can't go sit here again.
Why not?
Inside out and tastes so good. There's nothing better than that.
Look at her.
Oh,
Change.
They'll be leading on saying that she doesn't
want
want.
to be just.
I'm glad Serena has taught her lesson.
And feel the O effect.
Watching Rafa Nadal, do you play him?
Water is
Do you understand? How do you go to an exam that you're not prepared for?
Everyone wants a bright future, but not everyone invests in a bright future. A wish is a wish.
Shagu Manuel, we see you. What's up, Shagu?
What's up, Shagu?
Hiya, Shagu.
We're back in a minute, though.
Okay.
Open an RSA account.
Why?
I'm so sleepy and hungry. We're going to
Breakfast.
that breakfast. I'm ready. God, take that.
Tega, when are you buying me breakfast?
Soon.
Okay.
I said when I make money now. Soon.
Yeah.
I'll make money soon. Why you
Soonest.
say when? As if I'm going to make money.
You're emphasizing the when that you say. It's a when I.
If I had never heard of you, I would not know that you
Ooh,
were a
how
fighter.
much?
No cauliflower ears, I don't see a scar on the face.
Well, I would say a great fighter would have to be born.
But would you like to be president?
No, sir. Too dangerous.
Too dangerous.
Black men have been males now. One might be the president. Brothers in too much trouble. I don't want that job now.
Well, I worry more about airplanes than I do boxing.
I never worry about the fight.
I worry about the flight.
And I can't find nothing around to last over 8 rounds with me. I don't care where they have to fight. I'll fight him in a phone booth. I was really born to box. I'm fighter. Who knocks out everybody and no one can whoop him. That's when that little Cassius Clay came up and stopped. Sonny Liston was the man who annihilated Floyd.
Okay, we're back in.
And I'm better now than I was. I'm experienced now. I have wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning.
Studio.
London jail. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick. That's bad. Bad.
Yes, the greatest of all time, Muhammad Ali there. You are listening to Smooth Breakfast on Smooth 98.1. It's the final few minutes talking sports inside the locker room with Valentine
And Folu.
and Tega Onojaife joining us. She is also known as Tega Supreme. Now we've got to talk about England. And when you hear those chants on the streets of London or anywhere else in the UK, you get a little bit concerned because football hooligans, it feels almost as though they sort of started off in the UK. So this next story, the British police have warned World Cup fans to behave ahead of the semi-final clash with Croatia, saying that there had been significant disorder after England's win over Sweden. Now, the National Police Chiefs Council said that it had received reports of at least 387 incidents and 70 arrests around the country following Saturday's game.
Just one
300.
Just one game.
87
The good news is that they are doing this in their country. If they are doing it in Russia, we don't know.
They have stopped it.
No,
they
they
cannot.
try.
387. The
Just-
Russian hooligans will stop it.
Those 70 people, those 70 arrests, we don't know what will happen.
Mm.
We just don't know. But it's still unacceptable by the British. They should calm down. If it's coming home, it's coming home. And if it
It's
does,
coming
and
home,
whether it does come home or
coming
not, behave yourself. Most of them were drunken disorderliness. I mean,
Yes,
the least you can
standard.
do. Yeah, standard.
Standard. That's why even when you go in the UK and you go watch games, live football matches, responsible people like myself will leave by the time half time.
And sometimes there's always this always free beer flowing. Free.
Well, they stopped it at a number of stadiums for that reason,
For that
because of
reason,
drunken disorderliness. Yeah, they stopped it.
But I don't think
But
they've
people are
done.
still
Yeah,
smuggling it.
I
They're doing
don't.
their
I don't
things.
think they've done well at the World Cup so far. But the excitement is catching on. But Gareth Southgate has said that this is going to be their toughest game ever. Like I said, because Croatia are tough to beat. But I still think, one ball over the top. Don't play and get a goal or two, or score from set pieces, which has been a good way of scoring goals at this, especially at this World Cup. Let's see how it turns out.
See what happened the last time England won the semi-final.
And they do have a good chance, yeah.
Well, on that note, we have come officially to the end of the sports segment inside the locker room. Tega, thank you very much for that.
Thank you, Tega.
And we'll round off with this last comment from Chicho Kezundu, who says, the 3 lines are very effective and robotic. It may take the Croats more than a game to go through. All right, we're done. Continue the conversation with Tega online. She is at Tega Supreme. You can chat with us. Continue tweeting at Smooth981FM. And coming up from 9 o'clock till about 9:40 today, it is going to be Lagos Talks 981, where you get to call us up and talk. Good morning, Lagos.
The change.
Alrighty.
7 hot cents.
Tiny little.
Pow!